Hello, welcome to DeboanairAffair. My name is Gary Simon, and joining me today are three members of the Skyline High football team, OAL champions for the sixth consecutive year, Kwame Stewart, Kevin Parker, and Ron Holmes. First of all, I'd like to welcome you gentlemen to the set.
Thanks for having us.
All right. As well as congratulations on the accomplishments that you all have done this season. First of all, I want to break off into the statistics. So, Kwame, if you could give us a few of your stats for this season.
My name is Kwame Stewart. I played fullback at Skyline High School. I gained 1,030 yards all purpose. I had 85 carries for 712 yards, 17 passes caught for 317 yards, and 11 touchdowns. I was picked all Northern California, all city, and for the OAL, Alameda County Newspaper Group, Best of the Best. And also I was picked for the Shrine game down in Los Angeles, California. So, all the hard work is paid off for me.
Right. Sounds like you done it, bro. Kevin, what you tell us about yourself?
I'm Kevin Parker, man. Everybody know me out there as Twin, maybe. This year I got down a little bit. I rushed for 1,000 yards, 1,400 all-purpose yards. Unfortunately, I only scored 13 touchdowns because I hurt my shoulder and had to sit out 4 games. I got mostly everything except blue chip All-American. I didn't meet that honor just because maybe my shoulder or something like that, but it doesn't matter to me. I got a scholarship out of it. Out of all this hard work I put into, I got what I came here for, to get a scholarship, for somebody to pay for me to go to school. And that's what I came to Skyline to do, and I did it. So
That's a good objective, bro. Ron, would you break us off?
How you doing? Ron Holmes. I play wide receiver at Skyline High School. I did pretty cool for this year. I had 37 yards receiving. I had 37 catches, over 1,000 yards all-purpose, 10 touchdowns. I had a lot of honors. I was a blue chip All-American, the number 7 receiver in the country. I was 2 years straight All-City in the OAL. I was All-East Bay. Super Prep magazine picked me for some certain things. I did real good. I was picked to play in the Shrine game in Los Angeles, the All-Star game this summer for the Shriners Hospital. So I got a lot of honors and a lot of hard work behind it.
Right. You brothers statistically sound real good. Sound like big-time school type. Big-time schools looking at you and stuff. But we'll have to get into that later in the program. Right now, obviously there are a lot of things that you all had to do to get where you are today, right? Which we don't see. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to break off into some few highlights of what you gentlemen did this season. And after we come back, we're going to get off into some of the dedication, some of the things that tell us about some of the things you actually had to go through to get where you are today, to where you can progress on to that another level.
let's do it.
All right. And there you have it, highlights of true ballers. But like I said, we want to get into some of the dedication, some of the things that you guys went through to get where you are, some of the personal sacrifices, the things that we as viewers don't see on the tape. So Ron, why don't you start us off with a few, just some of your personal things that you had to go through to get where you are.
First of all, starting off for me, it was kind of easy in a way, but it wasn't. I got a big family of 5 brothers and 1 sister, and I'm blessed to have a mother and a father. And what was happening with me was that my brothers would go through the system, and they would turn around, and I would kind of learn from their mistakes. What they did wrong, they'd look back on me and make sure I didn't do, and I was blessed in that way. It was kind of hard for me. It was like once I hit Skyline and I got my mind straight on what I wanted to do, and I figured it was playing ball because I had a talent at playing ball, I had to give up every summer that I had ever since 9th grade, because I started like in the 9th grade just being around people who knew what they was doing and knew what I wanted to do. I just give up every summer, work out, hit the weights. Anybody who knows me, they know I'm a hard worker and everything. But I hit the weights and everything, and I would like, stuff I'd have to give up, like parties. I wouldn't go to parties. I'd just be hitting the weights or in the books, It's hard, I'm telling you. But what I try to do is I try to keep my mind always straight on what I want to do and fun later. You know what I mean? I handle my business first. And it's always been hard, but it's going to be hard for everybody. But if you just keep a cool head and keep focused and have a family background like I did, then you can go far too. You can make it without a doubt.
Right. Well, that's cool, man. That's real cool. So, Kwame, we were talking earlier, and you telling me a few things. So why don't you let our viewers know what a few of the things you went through?
Well, I mean, basically, like Ron, I was fortunate. I was blessed. My father, took me in, when I was living in a bad situation. So, that kind of helped me. I came to Skyline. I was kind of like, the underdog, so to speak. So, I know I had dug within myself, and I had to say, well, I have to decide what I want to do with my life. Do I want to be out on the street? Do I want to be just kicking it for the rest of my life, or do I want to do something? I remember Ron and I during the summertime. It's like 95. 80, 85, 90 degrees, and we running, from like Eastmont Mall to Skyline. And then when we got there, we lifting weights. And then after lifting weights, we go out on the field. And this is 90-degree weather. Right. When everybody's out riding in their car, kicking it, we was up at Skyline working out, giving up our time, giving up our hours, and that's just on the athletic side. Right. I was getting up 6:30, you know what I'm saying? I'm like when I was in 10th, 11th grade, I'm not doing it now because, I kind of got mines and I'm moving on to bigger things. But when I was in 10th, 11th grade, I had to get up 6:30, be at school early because I had a report due, staying after school with the teachers, going in at lunchtime, going to the library at lunch when it's a nice day, just sacrificing and dedicating myself, to what I want to do, And I know for myself that, my parents don't have $95,000, $100,000, $110,000 for me to have a 4-year education at a top-notch university. Right. So I had to figure within myself, I was going to do this on my own, and football was the way I was going to do it.
Right. Okay, that's cool. What about you, Kevin? Give us.
I hope y'all out there ready for this. For me, it was real hard. My mom and dad went through some separation, so me and my brother, she had to take me and my brother home. It was hard because we lived in a neighborhood, what they call the Twomp, Rolling 20s, out there, everybody know it as. And it was hard for us because we were known. We used to hang out a lot. We used to get in a lot of trouble, man. You say like fights. We was mainly in the smack and dead, right in the middle of it. At Bernhardt Junior High School I attended, I was the baddest there. Me and my brother was the baddest there. Into the 9th grade, I started getting a little head, you know what I'm saying? I started listening to people talk to me, telling me, you can't be doing this. I was like, brush them off, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to hear that, man. Twomp on mine, you know what I'm saying? Right. But I got to Skyline. Then I entered Skyline in 10th grade. I found out my reading wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? I was reading at a low level, at a 5th grade level. I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in class struggling, people laughing at me reading. I couldn't go through it like that, man. I was getting frustrated. Every time somebody laughed at me, I'd talk to them after school, beat them up or something, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do that because now I hear everybody know it's guns, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to lose my life like that. So I went to my teacher one Tuesday, I think it was. I was like, I need help, I need a tutor. And she was shocked because I came at her and asked her for a tutor. Mm-hmm. So she put the ad in the paper, and this man named Mr. Rochelle who answered my ad. He's been my tutor for 3 years, and I thank him a lot. I told him I love him before, and I like to tell him again, I love you. Thank you for helping me and everything. It's been so great. Now, fortunately, I had for me, everybody works with me. I found a girlfriend who helped me, didn't laugh at me because, you know what I'm saying, she knew I couldn't read real good, so she stuck by my side and everything. So I used to like to thank her for that. Me and my brother have been at it, man. My brother's kind of on the struggling side right now. He got his things together, but he still wants to hang out in the old neighborhood. I tell him, we got to leave on, you know what I'm saying, because they're going to be there 20 years from now when we come back from college. The same people on the same corner going to be there.
Right.
And it just ain't no future in that. Me and my brother had a future of playing ball with our legs. We was kind of fast, so we put our speed up on the field, got us a scholarship out of there. And I like to thank my brother and tell him I love him for doing what he had to do and what I had to do. That's basically it.
All right. Well, that's real cool, man. You brothers sound like you all got your heads on straight and you appreciate where you are. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, you went through a lot to get where you are, too. And right now, well, basically, so here you are. You guys got these big-time stats. So what schools are interested? February, you guys signed your letters of intent. I don't know if the viewers saw that on KDOL, but KDOL did a little thing on you guys signing your letters of intent. So, Kwame, why don't you tell us, what schools were your options, and then why did you decide to go where you eventually signed? Who you signed with?
Well, I had options with Fresno State, Hawaii, UCLA, Cal was interested a little bit, and USC for a minute. Washington State was interested. Of course, that's the school I'm going to. Like a lot of other guys, you get 5 trips.
Right.
I only took 1 trip.
Washington State.
Washington State, and it's like a college town. It's the people are so nice. They take care of you up there. It's a small environment. It's not no crime. They haven't had a homicide up there in like 29 years.
So the peacefulness appealed to you.
It's very peaceful.
Right. Yeah, I've been in Washington.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's a study environment. They're not an SC or UCLA or nothing like that, but they are in contention. For the Pac-10 race. Right. They also played a factor in it. Okay. And I like the uniforms too. So,
right. I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the little things, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So right, that's basically why Washington State, and they got a good, educational program.
Right.
Okay. I've basically always been a good student. So I don't have no problem with no education.
Washington State. Okay. What about you, Kevin? Where you going?
I chose the University of Oregon. I'm gonna tell you my 5 choices was San Diego State, Nebraska was with me, Washington State with Kwame. I had Arizona. I had a lot of schools, not a lot of top schools, Colorado and everybody, but I chose University of Oregon just because it's out the hood I was in. I wanted to get out of there so bad. In Eugene, Oregon, it's real nice, real peaceful, and mainly what they got me was because they has a dyslexia program for me. So I'm gonna have people working with me, one-on-one tutors all the time, each class I need. So that's basically why they got me, and I think I could succeed up there.
Right. Well, that's cool that you picked that. You let that main factor be the reason.
The school,
right.
That's all I need.
Right.
The school.
Because that'll progress you on to another level.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, Ron, tell us about where you going.
For me, it started off with a lot of schools coming at me, but when it boiled down to it, I had 5 schools. It was Cal, SC, Oregon, UCLA, and Arizona. I had in my mind what I wanted out of school and what I wanted to do. I lived in Oakland all my life, and I seen certain things happening, people getting shot. I seen it from my own eyes, and I told myself that I didn't want to be around that and making my choice, like what Kwame was saying, getting away to a peaceful town. But what happened was that schools was coming at me, and they all have stories, and it's kind of hard. I know I'm speaking for all of us when I say this. It's kind of hard to make a decision when every school is saying everything that you want to hear. Right. They call me, and I'd be like, well, how's this program? They say it's the best in the country. Right. Every school's saying that. So what I did was that we had to take trips. We took college trips, and I took 4 trips. I didn't go to SC. But I visited each school, and what I saw in the school was what helped me make my decision. I talked to the coaches, and I was blessed to see Arizona and Colorado practice on the field because they was going to bowl games, and I took my trip during that time. So I was blessed to see them, practice and see what I was going to go through. Right. But when it came down to it, I seen a lot of opportunity at Arizona. University of Arizona is where I'm going, by the way. But I seen a lot of opportunity at Arizona. It was between Arizona and Cal, but the thing that I didn't want to do with Cal, I didn't want to be at home, you know.
Right.
I was thinking to myself, what at times got hard, I can go kick it with my old buddies, get into some of the same, you know, get into some of the same old stuff I didn't want to be into. So I chose Arizona because I felt opportunity, educational wise, and to play ball, you know, which is what we on scholarship for. So that was my choice.
Well, that's cool. All you all is talking about just trying to get away from the rat race, up into like I said, Washington, Oregon, and then over into where you going. But basically, so here we are. You know, here we are in Oakland. You know, supposedly it's pretty crazy, but we run out of time. But anyway, give us something that you all want to tell these young brothers coming up that are on the wrong track. You know, the brothers that we see and hear about that are definitely on the wrong track. Just something real short and sweet, you know, that you can tell direct to them to get up out of what they're doing. Kwame, we'll start with you.
I basically want to say, you know, are you going to be doing the things that you're doing, you know, when you're 40 years old? You know, are you going to be running the streets? You know, you got plenty of time to kick it out in the streets with your home. You got plenty of time to mess with these girls and do this, that, and the other. You got plenty of time for that. You got the rest of your life for that.
Right.
But you got 5 to 10 years to get your education. You got 5 to 10 years to get a job. You got 5 to 10 years to take care of a family. What's more important? Is running out with your homies, getting drunk, smoking weed? Is that what's more important?
Right.
You know what I mean? What do you want to do with your life?
Right.
You know, because life is short, way too short. You know, and you got to make those decisions. And and the bottom line is that whatever you choose to do, you got to work hard at.
Right. Good point. Good point.
Me, I like to tell everybody, it's time for everybody out here, the black African males, that's what I'm talking about, to put down the guns, the crack, the weed, all that. You know, it ain't no future in that, ain't no future in that. And it's really going to hit y'all hard because I know a lot of people in the law and they finna come down on it. And I'm trying to help my black brothers. You know what I'm saying? The most powerful thing in America now is education. And that's what I realize now, as education, what everybody told me. And it's really it, you know what I'm saying? Now, I went through all that tutoring and everything. Now I'm up on a level competing with everybody. Got all these academic awards now instead of the athletics, you know what I'm saying? So put down all that violence, pick up a book. Let's do this the right way and whoop the man, you know what I'm saying? That's
right. That's a good point. Education is a thing, but at the same time, the school districts are going bankrupt these days. I work in the law. I'm in the law, and Richmond School District is bankrupt. But at the same time, there's a reason for this. You know what I'm saying? The opportunity to be educated is now, but at the same time, you have to jump on the opportunity and capitalize on it. But we won't get into that. But anyway, so Ron, tell us about. Give us some words of wisdom.
What I'm gonna say is that I'm gonna give words of advice, but I'm not. In my life, I found that most of what you learn is through personal experience. If you choose one road to go, then you know you're gonna make a decision sometime in life. Reality gonna slap you in the face. What I'm saying is whatever you do in life, you know, measure your options. If you decide that you're gonna do something that's not, you know, it might be illegal, deal drugs, look at somebody that's already did that and find out where they at now and what they doing now. If you decide to play sports, look, you know, just kind of measure your options and tell how far you're gonna go, you know. And another thing is, like, you know, it's hard for young black athletes or even young black males out here that make it without no help. One of the things I want to say is that people who know it's hard, you know, people who's older than us that have been through the community and things, they should turn around and give back. Like our next year 94-95 Skyline football team, they're trying to go on a trip to Hawaii. You know, it's not all about just going to San Leandro and play. It's trying to get out. They're trying to take a trip to Hawaii. You know, they could use some help. If you guys, you know, you want to help, just drop a line to Coach Beam and, you know, try to get something in there and help him so they can take this trip to Hawaii. Things like that, you know. I'm saying, you know, the community, they always talk about the problems and what's going on, but they ain't never talking about what they're going to do to help. It's a lot of talk, but no action. I think that whatever you do, though, measure your options and look at how far whatever road going to take you. And just whatever you do, it's a competitive world, so stick with it and work hard at it.
Okay. And drop your coach's name again for us. For those
Coach John Beam at Skyline High School is the head football coach at Skyline High School. Number is 5319161 and just ask for him. If you want to help out, I think that's a good experience for them to be able to do that.
Okay, well, that's real cool. Well, you brothers, like I said, I wish you all the best of luck. You brothers seem to have this head on straight about what the real deal is. And with that, we'll see you all next week. This is Gary Simon for Debonair Affair.
Continues to give the signals to his friend and former roommate Ryan Perry-Smith. Parker back in the game. Parker, I don't think so. Yes, he is. He's in. Touchdown. It appeared they sent him back, and then second effort bounced him in. And that is Kevin Parker's first touchdown of the season. Parker now at 43 yards rushing on 7 carries. Latimer 9 carries, 54 yards. They're grinding it out on the ground, taking a 9-3 lead.
And this is the last thing that Cal wanted to see, an Oregon Ducks team getting wound up with the running game, just like last week. This Oregon offensive front starting to take control of this game late in the second quarter.
Well, Dirk Cutter, the offensive coordinator, has to feel pleased with the way his ground game is going. And the extra point good by Joshua Smith. Kevin Parker with his first touchdown of 1999. He was bounced right at the goal line, David, sent back, and then like a rubber band, shot back in.
Well, some people might not know it, but the most important thing is the snap to the quarterback, handling the ball in the wet weather, and then the handoff to Kevin Parker. Parker, nice job reaching the ball over the goal line with second effort. In short yardage situations as a tailback, you want to get low. You want to keep the legs moving. And
hello, I'm Mario Bob, and I'm here with former line ballers. Where's that Oakland High baller at right there? Yeah, there. We're going to just take time out to see what all these brothers been up to. What's up, Kwame, at Washington State? You had a cool year. How was it, man?
Basically, it was kind of rough, being away from the area and whatnot, dealing with all them people,
Where was you at, Washington State, Pullman?
Washington State, Pullman. That's like right on the border of Idaho. Being away from the Bay Area, being away from all my peeps speak, it took a lot of soul searching to coaches, dealing with the program. It was rough. It was a rough little journey.
Right.
But back though.
So what can we anticipate from you as far as your stats as far as playing? Because you got a lot of good run this past season.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be starting.
Okay.
I'm gonna be starting.
Okay.
I'm gonna be starting. I'm gonna be representing.
Okay.
I'm gonna be representing, baby.
Well, last year good.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Now I want you to
represent.
come a little bit stronger. Just a little bit stronger. Each year you got to get better. And what was your stat here? Was you?
I was a freshman, a
You was a
redshirt
freshman.
freshman. That was my first year playing.
So Kwame Stewart. So what's your outcome of the game? Silver ball.
It's basically a defensive. Basically, I think. Coming from Skyline, Fremont should be rolled up by now, and the sophomore should.
Okay.
That's my. Fremont should have been rolled up about 2 quarters ago.
Well, he's being biased because he's a Skyline. I can't be biased, so we're going to move on to my man right here. Now, I forgot you got one of them hard
Fee, man.
Fee. So what's happening with you, man?
I'm Snow College.
Snow College, where's that exactly at?
That's in Utah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what position are you playing?
I'm playing inside.
Now, this guy was a hitter. This guy was a big hitter right here.
No,
so
good.
we got to look for this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
I don't know if we'll really get them on TV, but I know after your years up, I know you're gonna try to make the pros.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got a chance going after being University of Utah.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, he's transferring.
Yeah, so this year I got a chance to be an All-American linebacker.
Well, you used to. Now
got a
tell me about your cousin out there. Is it wearing your old number, I may ask?
Oh, there you go. My cousin look good. I just hope he's gonna come out in the second half and use that number. I think this is a defensive ball. I think Skyline's gonna come over top.
Now let me ask you this: you have a lot playing in the OAL now. What advice can you give them, where they can get to the level you're at? What do they got to do to get to the level that you're at right now?
Well, I just want to tell, work hard and be tough and be tenacious out there, field and in school. Take care of their books and stay.
Thank you so much.
All right, man.
I can pass the mic to Gardner there. What's up, Derek? How you doing, man? You had a real good, successful year at Cal Berkeley. As a freshman, to go and play like you played, it's commendable. People out there, because last year you got MVP of the Silver Bowl. Went out to during the summer. What was that? The Shrine game. You went out there, got MVP.
Yeah.
So tell all of them, what do they got to do to get to the level that you was at? Because you did a wonderful job.
Basically, I just went off the family tradition, going to school, playing football. I always did. And basically, what I figured is that my mother, she couldn't afford the school, so I had to get there somehow. So basically, football was my way twin. And just stay focused in school. School come first. Always gonna be there. So handle your business first, and you can be successful in life.
Words of encouragement. Now, what is your brother up to?
My brother, he out in Nebraska at this 2A AA school, trying to get his still playing football.
He's still
Hopefully
playing
it'll work out for him.
Yeah, because his brother's just as think he's a very talented ball player, but I think he got a skilled brother because his brother was very talented.
All right, here goes right
So
here.
one quick question. Okay,
hold
Derek,
on.
you're coming back to Cal next year. I know you guys got some change there and everything.
Yeah.
Will you still be playing cornerback?
Yeah, I'm cornerback. I think it'll be even more of a fair shot now. We got guys coming in. They don't know faces, years, or whatever. So I'm going to go out there and give it my best, work hard, continue to do what I do, and hope to start it next year.
And will you still wear the same number 31?
31.
So Derek Gardner, MVP of last year's Silver Bowl, MVP of the East Wayne game where California against Texas. Did a hell of a job.
Jay Charlotte and Corey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
my
some
boys.
balls. There you
Yeah.
go. Now the Parker brothers.
Who you want to talk
All
to?
right, here we go. Now, grab the mic, Kevin. You know you, man. You see the commercial we got of you, bro? Have you saw it?
Yeah, I like that. I appreciate it.
No, that's him. Okay, this is his brother Kevin. Keith Parker right here. Kevin Parker. What's happening at Contra Costa? Here's your brother Kevin. So what's going on?
Oh, man, just trying to represent the Pac-10, just Skyline every day.
And what bowl will you guys go to?
Cotton Bowl. Best bowl in the Pac-10.
And then what year will that be?
That'd be year 96,
this
January
year,
1st,
January
Channel
1st,
7,
96, Channel 7.
7 o'clock.
Number 24.
People are going to represent out there. They're going to give me a lot of playing time.
Are you going to be waving your terrible towel?
I had a big towel out there. That's right.
So if you really want to notice, look for the guy waving.
Look for the guy waving the towel. Always in the camera. Have my family see me back
Just like
out
we
here.
got him here now, in the camera. Now I want to pass the mic to your brother there. This is the other half of Kevin here. This is Keith, standout receiver for the Oakland High Wildcats. So with you, my brother, I know you was at CC.
Yeah.
Now, what was CC and where will you be going next year?
Contra Costa, we have a year out there this year. I got a chance to go to Oregon next year. University of Tennessee, Texas A&M. Got a lot of good schools trying.
It's very important because most people aren't really fortunate enough to scholarship out of high school like the players we just had on. What do they got to do to stay focused like you stay focused so they won't lose track,
Association. Well, I feel like I kind of tracked coming out of high school because I'm not the same level that they on right now. I'm a step below at a college. What I got to do now is to get to their level, stay in school, just keep working. It's like that movie Hoop Dreams, never give up on your dreams.
Oh, well, the way I see things anyway is regardless of what school, as long as you continue to ball talent to make it to that next level, which is the pro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's what it's really all about. It doesn't really matter where you play. It's all about just sticking to what you believe in because you have the skills.
Right, I'm like sweet wine. It'll be my time.
Exactly. So,
It'll be my time.
but that's the truth, though. That comes from a true Wildcat right there. That comes from a true Wildcat. Now, is it you like to tell the people of Oakland, you people from the Twomps?
Yeah.
Anything for y'all, sign off?
We just lost one friend named Sale up in the Twins. He got shot on that 82 bus. Give a shout out to his family and then the rest in peace. Do our best to fulfill everybody's dreams. To all my little fellas over there, go to school, man. That's all. Go to school.
I got 5 on every side.
I just like to say, you brothers just keep doing what you're doing. Any chance you guys do get, can you please share it with the youngsters? Because all the youngsters looking up to you guys.
That's what I did all week. I went up to Skyline, I talked to the little kids, and shedding light back on the little kids, and just I like to do that.
They look guys, you know that.
You know what I'm
You too,
saying?
Kev.
We was on
Keith.
Channel 13, Mario.
Right.
You stand out in Oakland now.
That's
I
right.
like that.
Just
We
get
like
back to the youth,
get,
because one day you'll be in their shoes, the Kwame Stewarts, all the people from Skyline, Oakland, all the OALs. If you guys keep doing what you're doing, you'll be in their position. Now I'd like to introduce you to my co-host, Mike Darden. Step up here. Gotta meet my co-host up here.
Christopher Darden.
Yeah, nah, that's Mike Darden. We showed some footage a little while ago.
I would like to give a good big shout out to the OAL. They've been representing us since high school and keep going.
Thank you so much. All right, here you go, Mike Darden.